Hello there and welcome back. This is Cozy and I'm going to do a 2 journal flip for you today because this first one here was done around Christmas time 3 years ago and I was just too busy to keep up with it apparently. You'll see in a minute. And then I'm just going to include this too. So this is number 3 and 4 of my Traveler's Notebook inserts. As of right now I am finishing number 15. And we'll be starting 16 pretty soon. And then I think I have this crazy little plan to switch over to a bona fide real deal Hobonichi. So we'll see about that. I'm excited to try the regular day-to-day one, but also the 5-year Hobonichi looks pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna try those out for next year, but I'll finish up 2020 with this right here with the Traveler's Notebook size inserts. So anyway, let's jump right into this guy here. So this, like I said, was around Christmas time. I started it November 7th. Here I did a little page remembering my grandfather. This was his like death anniversary. So here, not much going on. Not much. Again, not too much going on. Same here. Just talk about our cat. She's not doing well. And then here is the day we had to have her put down. It was a very sad day. So I did just like some little things I wanted to remember about her over here. And here we skip right to, what was that? The 14th, we go to the 23rd. And I skipped a page, here we go. Here's the Thanksgiving prep on Thanksgiving Eve. I believe this year the plan was to bring it all to the nursing home where my grandmother lived. Yeah, some years I host it, some years it's there, or it has been there, it won't be there anymore because she passed last December. I'm pretty sure that was the plan this year. So this was all the stuff that I made the day before, and we go a little nuts. We do. Every year we say we're going to do less, we're going to cut back, we're going to relax a little bit about it, and we haven't yet, so we'll see. Maybe this year we will. We'll see. As of right now, my brother is going to host this year, so I may get away with only making like 2 or 3 things. We'll see. So yeah, so the plan was to transfer everything. And here we have Thanksgiving Day. So I was feeling a little overwhelmed because I had a lot of stuff to get from my house to the nursing home. Plus we have, I have to get myself ready, I have to get the 3 kids ready. I did have help, and Mike actually was home. He ended up being home so he could help me. And then my mom and brother stopped by to help as well. Let's see, Black Friday, I went grocery shopping and there were hardly any people out because no one's shopping for food the day after Thanksgiving, right? Everybody's shopping for other stuff. And no one probably needs a lot of food on that day, but it was the perfect day for me to go shopping and I loved it. Let's see, my friend and I went to like a holiday open house, which was fun. Ran into my aunt there and her friend. Oh, this is cool. My husband is a train conductor and the company that he works for, they do this holiday train every year, and it's like a fundraiser basically to gather money and donations for food pantries. And they keep it all local and everything. It's really cool. But he was called into work to be the conductor on that train, which was fun. I don't think he had done it before then. And so he really wanted us to meet him. It's really cool. They decorate the trains and they have a band play Christmas carols, and it's a fun holiday thing to do with the kids. I couldn't find him, so I had one of the police officers that work for the train company call him on the radio, and it's weird because they don't use it for stuff like that. It's like very strictly just used for communication about the train. So I could have got him in a little bit of trouble there, but it all worked out and it was fun. And the next day we had tickets to ride the train. So the employees they each can request like up to 4 tickets or something like that. But a lot of the guys don't have their families go out on the train. So Mike's able to get us and then other extended family and friends sometimes too. So that was really fun. And he ended up being able to go with us because he'd worked the night before. It just worked out time-wise that he was able to go with us. See, and the staff brings out cocoa and cookies for us. And this, we got like caught up. We had to stop for a while. I'm not sure. I think we had to wait for an Amtrak train maybe. So we had to kind of like pull over onto another track and let them go by. Anyway, it took quite a while. So we got cocoa and cookies twice. We had Thanksgiving with Mike's siblings over at his sister's house. And so we had some stuff to prep and bring. played Cards Against Humanity. Kids watched movies. And let's see. Oh, the kids were all having a great week. Evan was on the honor roll. Sandra was student of the month. And Lily had a really great parent-teacher conference. She has the highest score in math in her class. Evan's first wrestling meet. He didn't get to participate though. Only 3 to 4 boys got to compete. Mike and I went and picked out our Christmas tree and surprised the kids with it. And we joked with them and said that Mike got it from the woods behind our house, but we didn't. We had it from a tree lot. Anyway, the kids Lily fell for it anyway. I did some shopping. Oh, I tried to finish my Christmas shopping. December 9th, that's not too bad. I don't think I did, but I think that I tried. Yeah, I wasn't feeling stressed about it. I came home and made dinner. Spaghetti squash pad thai. Let me tell you, I can still remember that meal. That was such a good dinner. The tofu gave me a hard time. I've had a hard time with tofu here and there cooking that at home. It either gets super mushy and sticks to the pan, or yeah, that's usually what happens. I have had it come out good before, and when it does, it's really good. And I had a nice night with the boys because Lily went to my mom's for sleepover and Mike he was called into work. So the boys and I snuggled on the couch. I had some wine, they had some hot cocoa, we had razzle dazzles, and watched Rudolph, Frosty, and Christmas Vacation. That sounds like a fantastic evening right there, I have to say. And the next day here we had our wrapping party. We just get together and we usually wrap the gifts that we have to send to our family in Illinois. And we have cocoa and cookies and just hang out. I also made some broccoli cheddar soup and biscuits for dinner. Evan had his first appointment with the eye doctor and he needed glasses. Let's see. He chose a nice pair and I was really pumped because after insurance and everything, I paid $4 total. $4 for the exam and the glasses. I'm about that. I'm all about that. That's wonderful. Let's see. We stopped at Walmart and had lunch at Moe's, and then I brought him back to school. I try to do that. If the kids have a doctor's appointment in the morning, I try to have lunch with them after and then bring them back. And then this, I don't know what this says, but I'm not going to pull it out because I think it's private. Yeah, I think it is. So I'm just going to leave it right. So here's number 4. Real quick, I wanted to say, I love this paper, this Santa paper. It's like vintagey. It's pretty cool. And this was just a journaling card and then a sticker, just a little number sticker. And then here, it's just scrapbook paper, which I really like this too. And then a journaling card and a little washi and some stickers. So let's see. The kids and I went to the Fun Spot. It's this place where you can go roller skating, play video games, and just do different little things. And they have one of these like old photo machines, photo booths, that's what it is. They have a photo booth there. And I used to do these all the time in my teens. I wish I still had some. I might have them tucked away somewhere. But I would do this with my friends all the time. We'd go to the mall. So whenever I see one of these, I really like to get our pictures done. So let's see. Oh, New Year's Eve. Well, New Year's Day. So I talk about New Year's Eve though. We stayed up to watch the ball drop, but we never opened our champagne. So obviously we're having a pretty wild time. The kids stayed up and toasted with sparkling grape juice. I made a big brunch on New Year's Day. We went to the Pines for cookies, cocoa, and tea. We chatted and played games. I made a New Year's dinner of steak wrapped with bacon and a seafood stew. Let's see. Oh, this was a day. So Mike had to get up early to go to work, and it was minus 24 degrees that morning when he got up, and his truck wouldn't start. It was so cold. So he took my Jeep, because that would, and I didn't have to do anything except pick Evan up from wrestling, which he could skip, or I could find someone to just get him, to bring him home. But yeah, so his truck wouldn't start. He took my Jeep. He has to take the highway. It's like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And he hit a patch of black ice and totaled the Jeep on the highway. He ended up going off the road and smashing into the side of a mountain, basically, that had been blasted away for the road. So it was just, rock. He crashed into a rock. And so the Jeep flew and hit the side and fell down on its side because it was airborne. So he somehow ended up with a little whiplash and a few scratches on his cheek, and that's it. I don't know how, but we were very grateful for that. And I couldn't go get him because his truck wouldn't start because it was too cold. So his sister went to pick him up, thankfully. But he had to, he had to crawl out of the passenger side of the Jeep because it had flipped on its side. He got out and started walking down the side of the highway and called 911. Took him about 20 minutes to respond, but thankfully somebody stopped and he was able to wait in their truck while it waited. Yes, he walked away. My aunt came over to stay with the kids after he got home because he had said no thanks to going to the hospital because he felt fine, but we thought it was a good idea to get him checked out just to be on the safe side. And yeah, just whiplash and a few scratches on his cheek. But my aunt came over and she helped the kids, they cleaned up the house and had a nice warm dinner waiting for us when we got back, which was really, really very nice. And I was very grateful for her, grateful that he was safe, and yeah. So that was fun. That was a fun little morning. I'm sure much more fun for him, but freezing rain in the morning, like shortly after, a couple weeks after Mike's accident, he still had to go out to work that morning. My friend and her daughter came for an overnight visit, despite the weather too. And we had lots of good food. We played Skip-Bo and Cards Against Humanity. Mike ended up coming home around 10, so we stayed up for a while after he got home. Then we had a nice brunch the next morning. Kids were all home today for Martin Luther King Day. Xander had an orthodontist appointment, no braces yet. This will go on still currently. He still doesn't have braces because his little mouth just isn't ready for them yet. And no cavities. That's a wonderful thing. Let's see. Crock pot chili for dinner. Not much over here. Just happy that the kids don't have any cavities because I haven't had a dentist appointment. So yay. It looks like I watched Moonstruck on that night. I like that movie a lot. Kids are off to school at the house to myself. I went shopping at Hobby Lobby, of course, picked up some journaling supplies, talked with Mike about some possible cars that we were interested in getting. And the kids and I went to Target to look for clothes for Evan's dance and Xander's orchestra concert and his first dance. Let's see. We picked out a gray Kia Soul. And then, I had to go back to check it out. Okay, so I hadn't decided yet. I was interested in it still. Spoiler alert, I ended up with the gray Kia Soul. Nothing super interesting, just regular day-to-day stuff, but it's cool. I like looking back and reading through this because I totally would forget about this stuff. All the little things here. Like Mike's accident, I would remember that, but I wouldn't remember, what I made for dinner one time when we had somebody over for dinner or we went to the Pines and had dinner there. I wouldn't necessarily remember all those details, but the boys and I went out to Moe's for dinner. They were dancing to all the songs that were playing. See, that's cool. I write this and I remember it. I'm taken right back to that. They were dancing to Criss Cross's Jump. I told them it took me back to 7th grade. Okay. Oh, we're doing the Christmas with Mike's siblings late. We like to do it end of January. It just works out really well. Everybody's schedules kind of ease up by then. Everybody has a little more money in the bank by then. That's always nice too. Christmas really drains you time, money, and everything. If you let it, you don't have to let it, but let's see. Oh, I cleaned and organized Lily's room. I was very happy about that. Mike went out and picked up some brunch for us. Well, late lunch, I guess. And I did some journaling. I sipped some wine and watched some more Roseanne episodes because at the Christmas here, one of my gifts was the Roseanne box set. That and Sex and the City. Very, very happy. And as you can see in the next few days, I watch Roseanne like every day for a little while. And then Mike also picked up some Guinness because I was making Irish stew. And I remember that coming out really, really good too. Got all of the laundry done. Cracks me up that I always journal about that, but you know what? It's a big accomplishment when all of the laundry is done. And currently, I have to tell you, I have one load to fold. That's it. That's all I have for laundry right now. That is a it's such a weight off of my shoulders when I have the laundry caught up. Oh, let's see. Evan, Lily, and I brought some Irish stew to my gram, and she loved it. Mike also loved it because he missed out on it on the day that I made it because he had to go to work, so he had leftovers. But honestly, it was probably even better. Let's see. I watched lots of Roseanne today. Oh, Lily. Lily was scared to sleep in her room, but I gave her a pep talk and tucked her in. And then I later found out that she set up booby traps with her stuffed animals and things from her play kitchen. So it must have worked because she slept all night. Hung out with Mike for the day. We went to the Olive Garden for lunch, that's where we met, and we worked there for about 6 years. And so we go back and we can catch up with our friends that still work there. There aren't a lot that still work there because, I mean, now at this point it's been, 13 years since we met. Well, no, not since we met. It's been 14 years since we met. So, everybody's moved on and they're doing different things for the most part, but some people are still there. Anyway, it's nice to go catch up with them when we do get to see them. Oh, look, Wine, Roseanne, and Uno with the kids. So, Wine and Roseanne. All right. Mike was called into work during a snowstorm. Took him 2 hours to get somewhere that's like 45 minutes to an hour away. I made a bunch of stuff for the Super Bowl, which I've said in a previous video. We try to get into football every year and it doesn't really work. So, but we always seem to watch the Super Bowl. We all went to bed before the game ended, so that's how dedicated we are. We really just like the snacks and hanging out for a little bit. I think that's it. Went to Target. Oh, I got to go shopping for the daddy-daughter dance. So I had to find an outfit for Lily, and I found this. It's the cutest dress. Oh, it looks so good on her too. It was silver sequins on top and then blush tulle with silver glitter stars on the bottom. And I found some shoes and tights, and I picked up a pink rose corsage for Mike to give to her. And it was just so sweet. I have the best pictures from that too, and I need to go back and print them. And then over here, oh, it's Lily's birthday. I always make a special breakfast for them that they can request ahead of time, and then I'll, have it ready for them. But she wanted a big pancake with eggs for eyes and bacon for hair. And I said, not sure about nose, mouth, etc. She was just concerned about the eyes and the hair. We had dinner at the Golden Corral, which was her choice. We went home, hung out for a few hours, and had cake. And Xander was getting sick. Some things that Lily got from us for her birthday. And poor Xander was sick. Fever of 102, snotty nose, aches. Sounded like the flu, but ended up, by the afternoon he was feeling better and the fever was gone. So that was good. It was great. I went out in the afternoon by the time he was feeling better, leaving him with Mike, but I still felt bad. Still felt guilty, but not bad enough to not go to Hobby Lobby, apparently. And it was beautiful out. It was only 35 degrees, but I had the sunroof open and I drove around with music on. Mike came home this morning with a card and a box of chocolates, and I gave him a card and some gummy bears. And what else? Oh, I gave the kids a few things. A chocolate shark for Xander, a giant kiss for Lily, and a big Reese's heart for Evan. Got a bunch of stuff done while the kids went to school and Mike slept. I organized all my crafting supplies, yes. And then we had a Roy D, which is Thai food. And then the kids, I'm sure, had McDonald's, and Mike and I had a Roy D probably. They're all into that now, but I don't think they were just yet. Here I listed the YouTube channels that I was currently loving. I'm going to look through real quick and see which ones I still like. I am still subscribed to just about everyone. I think there are 2 that I'm not anymore. My Netflix Hulu queue, songs that I was into, and it's funny that I made this list, but then also Spotify songs over here. So, yeah, I don't know why I did it like that. There must have been a reason, but I don't know what that reason was. Let's see, Lily's birthday party, which was, she wanted a unicorn-themed cupcake decorating party. We had lots of balloons, we had a really pretty cake, we had little, finger foods, unicorn punch. These were some of the cupcake pics. It was a cute party. Oh, this crazy dream that I had. Let's see. Such a dumb dream. A reformed Freddy Krueger who had surgery to alter his appearance. He was now a black man. That's quite the surgery, I would say, if you have all of your skin replaced. Let's see. He was living in our basement, of course, rebuilding his life after being, you know, a crazy-ass killer. Mike kept encouraging me to give him a chance and to give him a ride to town on my golf cart. And apparently I was not feeling that in the dream. What a crazy dream, though. And then at the end here, I just put some go-to dinner ideas. Feel free if you're stuck on dinner, if you want to grab one of these. And it's funny, I put this in like the tail end of this journal that I'm not going to look at all the time, so it wasn't the best spot to make this look. Anyway, so thank you for joining me. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.